Hey mamas, and welcome back to another episode of the Modern Moms Club. Today I have with me owner and founder of Miami Moms Blog, Cierra Bragan. The Miami Moms Blog is encouraging, equipping, and empowering moms. They're also sharing relevant content with a meaningful community. So Cierra, thank you so much for being here today.
Sandy, thanks for having me. It's a joy and an honor.
So you're a new mom, so congratulations. I'm going to tell all the moms that are listening in, if they hear little baby in the background, they'll know what's going on. But you're how many weeks postpartum are you?
Yes, so we are 4 weeks postpartum. So if you hear my sweet little baby in the background,
Oh,
hopefully you mamas out there can identify that sometimes you just got to
yes,
carry on.
absolutely. We are like so all in this with you. All the moms that listen in, they're either pregnant right now, they're new moms, or some of them have four, five, six kids. So we're kind of all across the board here, but we all get it. So you're in good company.
That's right. Thank you. And to the mamas with 4 or 5, you're my hero. You're amazing.
Yes.
You need a cape.
Yes, yes, yes. All of us, though, all of us, right?
That's
So
right.
I want to dive into these questions and let the mamas know, what is Miami Moms Blog?
Yeah, thanks for asking. And thank you again just for having me. So, Miami Moms Blog is an online platform for moms. We're actually part of a national brand called the City Moms Blog Network. And so we have 90 sister sites all across the country, and every site is city specific. So, the heart and the goal behind Miami Moms Blog is, like you shared earlier, we want to encourage, equip, and empower moms in Miami. And so we do that through several ways. The two of the main ways are providing relevant content for moms on our blog. We have a team of more than 20 women who are local influencers. They're all moms, and they produce content for us. So something new is coming out every day. So there's always new content for moms that will be helpful and encouraging. So one part is the content on the blog. The other part is just providing a meaningful community. It's our heart and our goal that you can connect with someone online. We're so blessed this day and age with Instagram and Facebook, and
Yes.
you and I even are Instagram
Yes.
friends, and you can create these friendships before you ever even meet face to face, which is amazing. And we
Exactly.
love that that platform is there, but our heart is to take it a level deeper. And so we want to have that meaningful community online and offline. And so we do that through high-end quality events that we produce for moms and families. So we do moms night out events. We do events for families. We just had a big Donuts with Santa event, which was so much fun. So trying to provide ways for moms and families to connect, not only online, but offline, because we feel like that's
Yeah.
really important.
That's amazing. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know, as a mom, it's hard. It's like when you're in the trenches of it, of like, the diaper duty and the spit up and all the things that go on. It's nice to have other moms that can relate and get it. I mean, listen, I love my girlfriends that are single, and like there is a special place in my heart and time for that. But
Yes.
the day-to-day stuff, when you can be like, let's do a play date and all the kids get together and kind of entertain each other, and you guys can talk about whatever, whether it's mom stuff or not. Like, it's so good to have that community.
Exactly. And to be able to just get out of the house can be so
Yes.
recharging, and just to connect with
Yes.
someone that we may have never known each other any other way except that we share the common bond of mom,
Mhm.
and you've got so much to start with right there.
Yes. Oh my God. Plenty to talk about. Lots to talk about with that. So, we're talking about how this helps other moms, how you have this community. So what are some things other than the events that is there to help the moms? I know you have kind of like the influencers that are kind of writing about. I saw one of the moms wrote about a topic of her relationship with her husband.
Yeah.
Can you share with us some of the other kind of facets that Miami's Mom Blog can help these other moms with?
Yeah, certainly. So we do, as you mentioned, we have content all across the spectrum. Our writers range from new moms to seasoned moms, foster moms, grandmoms. So we really can offer a ton of perspective and someone that can help you along that journey, really from pregnancy all the way through. I have a teenager, I have someone going to college, and so we want to provide meaningful resources. But in addition to that, we provide workshops for moms. So we're going to have one in the new year about nutrition. We've got a nutritionist coming. So really just providing opportunities to connect moms to
Mhm.
resources that are relevant for where we are on the journey. In addition to that, we work with local businesses. So helping promote, honestly, and help grow mom-owned businesses, and also local businesses that would be meaningful and relevant for the stage of life that we're in. So we hope that it can be a place where moms really not only find encouragement, but just something that will really help them on the journey. We produce guides. So we've got like a preschool guide. We try to make, for moms, life is crazy. And so to sit down and search every preschool in Miami, I'm overwhelmed thinking about it.
No, I was you took the words right out of my mouth.
Like if we can make resources that are concise and compact and in one place for a mom for easy access, then that's what we want to do. And so we just did a holiday guide with like 70 activities that are happening in Miami. But
I used that. I got my tips from, let's see, Santa's Enchanted Forest. Good. And then there was a few other things on there, but it's so great to have that. And especially as you were saying, if you're in 90 different cities, like all of the moms listening, I mean, across, whether they're here or California or anywhere in between, they can use this guide, this resource to find out what's going on in their area, to find out, like everything that you're saying, connecting with moms, go to workshops and just really make the connection because, I think it's such a great resource to have. And it's something that we need. Like, it's not just something like, oh, this would be nice to have. No. You need to have that, it's just kind of like a sisterhood.
Yes. Anything that can make mom life a smidge easier. I mean, we all know as moms, like any one little thing that can alleviate one little bit of stress or complication has huge impact in mom life.
Or doubts or questions. I mean, even like you're saying with this preschool guide or school guide, whatever it is, like you can take the time to do all that research yourself, or you can have a guide that like helps you break it down a little bit more. Maybe it answers questions that you had and now it's right there for you. So, I mean, what better way to be able to connect with moms and get the information that we're already seeking out anyway?
Right. And there's so much out there. It's just, we're inundated with information and social media is a gift. And it can also be a curse when you're a mama and you're sitting home and you spit up on and you smell like breast milk and you haven't had a shower in days and you think my life is so simple and boring. But no, like if we can be a resource for moms to say, you know what, there's someone else out there who's in the stage or survived the stage. There's a solidarity that to me is priceless. So that's what we hope we're providing for moms.
Definitely. I was talking to my neighbor just yesterday, actually, and she said her baby was sick. And she's like, and I Googled, the symptoms. I'm like, don't do that. It's like the worst thing you can do.
Dr. Google will, you either have like a headache or a tumor. And you're always, you have a tumor.
Like, Google is going to tell you have like 22 seconds to live. Like, do not do that.
Don't do it, ladies. Don't do it. We're all guilty of it, but we have to stop doing that.
Yes, but on the flip side, like you said, it really is a great way. And these are real moms. This isn't like mom that you just like, you see maybe in an article in the newspaper from the doctor's office or whatever. Like, these are moms in your area, locally. You can totally meet up with, connect with, see at an event. So like, that's the other nice thing is that they're local. And because they're in so many different cities, like it's a great opportunity for you to connect with them.
Yeah. And what's beautiful about what we do and that we have a, like you said, sisterhood across the country is we travel. And so when we go to Nashville, like, hey, connect with Nashville Moms Blog, see what resources they have for what you can do with your family. And to know that we have this network across the country is just a really valuable resource.
Yeah, that's amazing. So I know we dived into a little bit about what the blog highlights and showcases, but what else can moms expect from this blog? Like what else is there from the community, the events? Like what tips or like what other information will this help mom with?
Yeah, great question. So we also, like I said, I mentioned the guides and sorry, timeout. Sorry. So my text message, did you hear that beep?
It's beep. Okay. It's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. And then my TV came on because it was paused and I totally forgot. So can I turn it off?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, you're good.
Okay, how should I just like start answering the question or you want to ask?
So let's just go ahead and you just start off from what else it highlights and showcases.
So Miami Moms Blog also works to highlight just the hard work that local moms are doing. As I mentioned, we've got features on our blog all the time of like local businesses that we know and love. And we really want to honor those moms who are in the trenches with us, but also running a side hustle. A lot of us are doing that, and we do that for a number of reasons, but I think everything usually boils down to the desire that we have to encourage or equip our children or bless our families. And so even what we do at My Me Mom's blog, the reason that I started the blog was as something not only to encourage local moms, but knowing that I could do it from home with my children. I knew it was
Yes.
meaningful for my children. I knew it was resources that I actually needed for this season of life.
Yeah.
And so to know that we can help and equip other moms in that way
Yes.
is just a huge blessing for me personally. And honestly, that's the passion, the drive, the calling that keeps me doing what I'm doing when the newborn's crying in the other room and the toddler's throwing a tantrum and I just want to throw my hands in.
Right.
I want to throw the towel in. But I think, no, like I said, that sense of solidarity that other moms are in this too. And they need this as much as I do.
Yeah. And that's I love what you said, how like other moms are in this, and it's so easy to to get lost in the day to day of like, babies, crying and we need to do, whatever it is. Like, it's so easy to just get lost in our own little world. But then once you realize like, there's other women going through this. It's not just me. I'm in this stage right now, but that's what it is. It's a stage. It's a season. Yes. Then it makes it a lot lighter. It's not as heavy. It's not as, oh my gosh, I'm stuck in this forever.
Exactly. I was talking with someone yesterday, another mom friend, and I said, like being in the stage now. And you mentioned at the beginning, our single friends, and we're so grateful for them. And that's such a sweet stage. And I want to tell everyone, savor every moment because life just changes. It gets busy, but it makes me want to call every mom friend I ever spent time with when I was single and just say, thank you for giving me 5 minutes.
Yes.
Because I understand it's a sacrifice and what a cost it is. And like I said, what we do is certainly costly, and getting that content out and late night editing and phone calls in nap time and sacrificing things at the home in order to be able to provide this resource for local moms. Like certainly it costs us, it costs our family, but when you do something that is worth it, that cost.
And that you're filled up by, because like you wouldn't be doing this if you weren't like, this isn't something that is like beneficial to you and that you love doing. So I think that like filling your own cup, like in a way, like for me, like what I do every day, like this makes me feel good because I'm not only helping me, but I know I'm helping other people. So it's like, okay, I may like hear my son in the other room when I'm working and I want to be in there with him, but I know like I need to let mommy have like her time to work and feel productive and get done when I need to get done so I can enjoy those moments.
Yes. And, I think it's all related to our unique and individual design. Like all of us are on this earth with a specific and unique purpose. And I think probably a vast majority of people live their entire lives never truly understanding what that is. And that's going to have us jumping from thing to thing and weary and tired and not invested. And it's like, if we can do the hard work of taking the time to say, what am I really gifted at and uniquely designed to do on this earth, and gifted. And, a gift is only a gift if you give it away. It's like, if I'm gifted at being relational or working with people, but I only use that for myself, like what gift is that? But we have to give it
I have the goosebumps right now. Like, that's amazing. I love that. I think it's so true. I think you really do need to understand that you're here to do something big, and you have to share that. And it's something that it may take a while to understand what it is, or maybe we were just talking about this before we jumped on with each other, but there's some things that you may do that you're just like, oh, it's whatever. Like you just know how to do it so second nature that you don't think it's a big deal, but you share that with someone else and they're like, that is life-changing, or that saves me time or money or resource, whatever it is. But you're just like, really? Like that, like I've always done that, or I've always known this, but that's what you share and how you can change the world and make it a better place. And you don't even think anything of it because it's just so second nature to you.
Yeah. And I think we as women, especially, and especially as moms in every season of motherhood, like we have to resist the urge to covet someone else's gift. Because, the gift, the purpose for some people could be, I'm a nationally renowned author and speaker, or I run a podcast, or I run a mom's blog, or my purpose in life is to pour my life and soul and heart just into these babies and be a stay-at-home mom forever. Like there's no scale of, well, what are you good at, and what are you gifted at, and why are you not doing more? It's
Yes.
it's not ever about doing, but about being exactly what we know we were designed to be. And so
Exactly.
we want Miami Moms Blog to be a place where moms maybe can discover that, or can tap into some resources that maybe they hadn't thought about before, that would encourage them and empower them to say, okay, like this mom thing, like regardless of what our other gifts are, like you have a child, you're called to be a mom. So let's all start there, you know?
Exactly.
So if we can help one another do that, then I think that it's a win.
I love it. And actually very similar to what we're just talking about right now. How did you get started with Miami Moms Blog?
Yeah. So I think most things, you know, they say necessity is indeed the mother of invention. And I think for me, it just out of necessity and out of, like I said, a passion and a calling, you know, motherhood is lonely. And I think sometimes people don't tell you that before you enter in, and you think, I'm going to have this beautiful child and it's just going to be the best. And it is, but it's also very, very isolating at times. And so the thing I love about motherhood is just the gift of community. Like that's what we're doing as moms, you know, and that's kind of a buzzword in our culture right now, like community and, you know, have your tribe and all this. And that's so important. But when you think about it, like community starts in the family. Like we are doing that. We are responsible for creating this sense of community in our homes every single day. And so it's not a small task. It's not an easy task. And, you know, when I was living in Miami single, Miami is a special place. It's an amazing place. But it's so transient that Miami can be so lonely. You can exist in Miami and look like you have the richest, deepest fellowship and community, but you have no one. And it's really easy to put a facade on that you have deep and meaningful relationships, but it's hard. It takes hard work. And so I think knowing, you know, before I started Miami Moms Blog, I was the director of Key Biscayne Presbyterian School. And so all of our community, all of our immediate friends were moms and families before we ever had a family, which I think is no coincidence. That we were really in some ways being set up. I think God was paving the way for what we were going to do. But when you look around and you kind of look at your life and you see the things that are coming together to lead you in the path of what it is that you've been designed to do, what God has called you to do, it's kind of a no-brainer. So for me, it was really out of necessity, also out of just the desire and seeing just my giftedness come together. I really enjoy connecting people. I find great joy and delight in helping other people find what they need and to get to know them and to be relational. And so that's really what we do. And we do it online and we do it offline. And so it really was born out of the necessity to say, you know what, like, you don't have to be lonely. Like you can fight. It's a fight and it takes effort and it takes work, but it's always, always worth it. And so we want to just help make it a little bit easier.
Yeah, I love that. You know, for any moms that are listening on right now, I would just say, if you are feeling like that, you know, maybe it's a new mom or a mom that's got, you know, 3-4 plus kids and she's like in all of the trenches of the school lunches and diapers and like from the, you know, a wide variety range of kids, I would say definitely, like, it's so easy to be like, I don't have time to connect with other people, or I don't have time to do whatever it is for you, like, you know, like for me, meaning. So I think that if you can just carve out like a small chunk of time just for yourself, whether it's online, maybe you start small and just online connecting with other moms, and then you realize you want to take it offline and go to an event or a meetup or a coffee, whatever it is. I would just say, do it, go for it, because you need to, I mean, of course we're all fulfilled with, you know, taking care of our families, our kids and our husbands, our partners. But I think it's so important for us to be able to connect with other moms. And again, know like it's all of us go through it, and it's just like the stage and, you know, it makes it that much easier by just connecting. So I would just say, you know, anyone listening to this podcast, like maybe make it a point, like for whether it's a New Year's resolution or, you know, maybe next week, or maybe not next week because it's the holidays, but whatever the situation, you know, I don't know, a week or two after we get into the new year, maybe just mark it on your calendar and say, listen, I'm going to connect with one new mom a week, or one new mom a month, whatever you feel comfortable with. Just so you can start having that sense of community, tribe, you know.
And it doesn't have to be hard or perfect. I think, you know, one of the things that we probably all remember from our single days is, you know, to spend time connecting with someone meant a 3-hour dinner or a 2-hour coffee date with no distractions and I'm perfectly put together. But it's like, that's just not the season of life that most of us are in. And like, it's okay. For me, I have to remind myself, make the phone call. Like, call the girl that's on your mind, even if the toddler is melting down in the background. Like, she gets,
right.
Or do life together. It doesn't have to be this event. Like, hey, we're going to the park. Come along.
Exactly.
Take someone with you. I just think we're so tempted to do life in isolation when there's so much that we can just bring someone along with. And that just makes all the difference.
For sure. I'm like, my husband laughs at me because whenever I go out to the park, I'll see a mom, you know, like pushing her kid in the swing, and I'm there pushing my son in the swing, and I'm like, so hey, like, you know, I strike up a conversation with her. I'm like, oh, let me give you my number. Let me get your number. And, you know, let me get you on Instagram. Let's meet up here like next week, you know.
It's like the mom date circuit.
Yeah. I'm like notorious. My husband's like, you will walk up to anybody. I'm like, well, yeah, because like she's a mom, I'm a mom, like we can totally hang out together.
Yes. It makes me laugh. And I'm just to make a little plug, but honestly, it's a great article. There's an article on the blog called I Asked Someone Out on a Mom Date.
Yeah.
And it really is it's exactly that scenario. And we've all been there, you know, where it's like you're at the library, story time, and you're like, I see her and like she's like me. I think we would connect. Like, do I slip her my number? Like, what do I do? You know?
Yes.
Like, mom dating is so much harder than any other form of dating.
Yes. It's so funny. But no, I'm totally the mom that'll be like, hey, so like, do you live around here? You know?
Yeah. Can I get your number? Yeah.
It's funny.
It's less weird with Instagram now because you're like, oh, how are you? And then we'll call you and we'll hang out. Yeah.
Exactly. I know. I'm always like, here's my Instagram. Like, let's like connect through there, you know? So I love it. So, you know, it's so funny because my questions that I have for you it's almost like exactly kind of what we're talking about. So my next question for you was, why is it so important for women to connect with each other, especially as new moms?
Yes. I think because as new moms, like the season, and I'm in it, so I'm like, I can attest to it. It's so demanding, and physically, emotionally, everything. It's so demanding that it can be so isolating. And we all know, like, isolation is just dangerous because it's a slippery slope, and we start to believe those voices that we tell ourselves when we're unshowered and exhausted. Like, all those lies seem so real and so true, that we need other voices in our life. And so it's so
I love that.
And that voice for a time, like you said, is checking an encouraging Instagram feed every day, or reading an article that you know will be in some ways life-giving. You know, or calling and being accountable. I even, just to be vulnerable, like I was so nervous for whatever reason with the second baby. And I think it's just my second pregnancy felt so different because I'm chasing a toddler. And so with my first pregnancy, I'm sitting on the couch dreaming about this baby and just savoring every second of being pregnant.
Whenever you want.
And I got to the end of the second pregnancy and I was crying one night. My husband is like, what is wrong? I said, I just don't feel connected to this baby. Like, what is wrong? And he's like, because life is just busy and you're going and you're doing the next thing, you know? And so I was so nervous about struggling with postpartum depression. It was not something I struggled with the first season, the first pregnancy at all. I even cried with my OB about it. And he's like, well, if you didn't struggle before, it doesn't mean that you won't, but like you probably won't. So don't, you know, and he really told me, he said, you know, you're going to fall in love with that baby as soon as you see him. And just have that accountability with someone to ask you those hard questions. And I have found that has made all the difference. I have one friend that knows that was something that I was nervous about. And I said, will you please just call me and just, if I don't call you for a little while because I'm just covered in breast milk and tired, like, will you please just reach out to me and check on me? And, you know, she's done that and that has made all the difference. And so I think that has to be the truth for everyone. And for, you know, especially for new moms, I just say, you've got to connect with someone. Don't do this thing alone. We weren't meant to do it alone. You know, we are, like I said, the women, you know, we're in our families and we're building community in our families, but what a gift we can do that with one another as well. Definitely. It's so important. And, you know, I also want to have you share with the moms, because now you are a mom of two. So do you have any hacks that you can share with us? Again, this can be something that you think comes so second nature to you, or something that maybe makes life just a little bit easier. Like, as the newborn is spitting up all over me. I'm like, hack number one, use a burp cloth, but maybe or the shirt, you know, it's all the same. Or just wear the same shirt for 3 days and then you won't have to do as much laundry. There you go. This sounds kind of silly, but so Emily Lay, she actually wrote a book called Simplified Life. I would highly recommend it.
Okay.
But one of her little like just life hacks that I found as a mom hack is just to do one load of laundry every day. That sounds nuts, but I'm like a pile it up kind of person because I'm just all or nothing personality. But I have been like overwhelmed by the amount of laundry, even just with a newborn. But to do one load of laundry every day will just help you stay on it. It sounds silly.
She must have had a child with my grandmother, because my grandma actually told me that before I had my baby. She's like,
I think that generation knew.
4 boys. Yes. Oh 4 boys. And I'm like, bow down, because I mean, she did it all. She was a teacher. It's just like amazing. Like, she's Superwoman. I'm still like in awe of her. But I remember she said to me, she's like, okay, so Sandy, I stayed on top of, you know, because her husband, so my grandfather, he worked, he owned his own company, his own store. And then she was teaching, and she's like, the thing was like everything that like kept me ahead. She goes, I would shop twice a week. Like, she'd go to the grocery store twice a week. Like, she had her days. Right. She would do a load of laundry every day, one load regardless. And I'm like, with 4 boys, like, that's insane.
You
like,
have to.
Yes.
No, I'm sure there's other things that, like you said, come naturally, but I've just found with 2, I have, you know, a 20-month-old and then a 1-month-old. I've found that like I just have to utilize the opportunities when she's contained. So it's like, if she's in the high chair, maybe I put her even in the high chair 5 or 10 minutes before a meal and give her something to play with, or you know, the other day it was like, here's some shaving cream, like play snow.
Yes.
So
oh my God, I love that.
Change a diaper and know that she was safe and contained, you know?
Yes.
But I would say the biggest thing, and I don't know if it's a hack, but it's just something to remember, is to just give yourself so much grace. Like, you have to be free to just fail a lot and to make mistakes and resist the urge to be overwhelmed. I feel like I'm preaching to the choir, because that's my number one struggle I've seen the last month, is I just get so easily overwhelmed. I'm like, the house is a wreck, the babies are crying, and my husband's like, nobody's coming over. Like, it's okay that the house isn't together. Some grace, you know?
Yes.
And especially those mamas who, like me, if you struggle with perfectionism, like, let it go. I say, make like Elsa and let it go.
Yes, I love that. It's so true. You know, I think we, in our minds, like, I know I do this, all of a sudden it's like one thing piles on, and then another thing piles on, and then another thing piles on. And in your mind, you're like, you have this mound of like chores or to-do lists. And one thing that's helped me is like, I will write things down, even, and it's so funny.
I'll write your brain.
Yeah. I'll write it down. And even if I've already done it, I'll write it down and check it off just to be like, I did that.
Am I the only person who puts take a shower on their to-do list?
No, right here. Check it off. Right here. Yes. So it is just something that, you know, I think it helps clear the brain space too, because when there's so much going on, you're like, one more thing to remember, one more thing to pile on, just make a list, forget it. You have it on the piece of paper, you know, so.
And then your brain is free. That's really good.
Yes. Yeah. So I love that tip about, you know, doing the one load a day, just regardless how much or how little, just do one a day.
Yes. Stay on it, mama.
Yes. So my last question for you is, where can all the moms find and connect with you on social media? So whether it's the website, Instagram, Facebook, all platforms.
Yeah, that's great. So on all the platforms, Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, we are at Miami Moms Blog. And then we're MiamiMomsBlog.com is the blog. So we have new content going there every day. And you can sign up there for our newsletter, which goes out every Wednesday. So you can get all the content right there in your inbox. We'll do, we usually do great giveaways on Wednesdays, and all the resources right there. So yeah, I would love to connect with you. Send me a message I do my best to respond as soon as I can if I don't have a screaming toddler.
You're doing amazing. Like I said, I remember when I was 4 weeks postpartum, we had just evacuated from the hurricane, but I was like in my bed. But again, like you said, it's life from one newborn to a life with a newborn and a toddler. So, you know, it all
keeps going.
Yeah. And it's so true. I think all of us moms, we don't realize how strong we are until we're put in situations and we're like, oh my gosh, I did that. And you look back and you're like, how did I do that? Or how did I get this done or that done? But we just do it, we figure it out. And then we look back on it and we're like, oh, wow, I did do that, you know, and like pat on the back.
And resist the urge to compare, you know, even like, oh, that mom has 3 kids or she has 4 kids. Or like, I can't do anything. I only have 2. I can't do anything. But comparison is always the thief of our joy. And so as long as we compare, we're always going to struggle to find joy in whatever season we're in.
Yeah.
So we just have to be where we are. And
Yes.
you know,
And I would even say challenge
when where we're planted.
Yes. No, it's so true. And I would even say to challenge yourself to reverse that and say, what am I doing good at today? What am I winning out today? What are my wins? What am I succeeding at? Did I, did the baby eat and like I didn't get spit up on or have an explosive diaper? Or did I like get the baby in the car seat without crying? Like no matter how big, no matter how small it is, like acknowledge the wins and like tally up those little check marks versus what didn't I do today or what didn't I get done. I think it's so important to focus on all of the positive. So when you do feel like I didn't get anything done, you can go back to it and just kind of replay that reel, that highlight reel for yourself and be like, no, I did accomplish this. I did get this done. And especially as a new mom, like when you feel like the day goes by and you don't even know where it went, you can look back and be like, okay, I'm showered. If you were able to get a shower today, you can say, you got out an email or whatever it is, no matter how big or small, just try and focus on those wins.
Right. And if you did even nothing, remind yourself that you sacrificially gave of yourself for the life of another. And to me, that's huge.
Yes.
That is huge.
Amen.
And we so often forget that. And that is, I think if we were all honest, we've probably never given of ourselves in such a way as when we've given to our children. And that's a win. That's a win.
1,000%. I couldn't agree more. Well, Cierra, thank you so much for being on today. All the moms, again, you can check her out at Miami Moms Blog. And, everyone go and connect with Cierra and check out also the Moms Blog in your city because they are in 90 different cities across the country. So, Cierra, thank you so much for being here today.
Sandi, thanks for having me.
All right, mamas, I'll see you next time.